Okay, so welcome to episode 2 of Let's Get Critical, and this time I'm here with Stephen Dewar, otherwise known as Van Dad
The
Tours.
Van
How are
Dad.
you, mate?
I'm good.
The Van Dad.
I'm as good as anybody can be given the circumstances. Not getting out to play is making me a dull boy, as they say in the business.
Yeah. I know, it's not good. So you are photographer, tour manager, artist manager, producer. You're essentially the whole music industry in a person.
Somebody said the other day they were bigging me up on their Twitch stream, and they were like, Stephen is the guy you go to if you're in a band and you need something. He's like, I can't explain what you need, but he'll probably do it for you. But that's I've spent my whole existence, like, you get some people that are good at cooking and painting and like building shelves and all that. Well, I wouldn't say I'm good, but I enjoy doing this. This is what I enjoy.
Yeah.
And everything band related.
And you're very good. You're very good at all of it. But today we're not going to talk about everything you're good at. Just one thing you're good at, which is photos. So I guess we might as well get cracking on and look at your first image, which is this lovely portrait number. So who's this, and where was it taken?
Photo number, is it number 1 that you're looking at? Right.
Number 1.
So this was a photo of Kat Pereira from, I'm hoping I'm saying her name right, I've toured with her so long, but this is Kat from the band The Range. We were at a show in Birmingham, and we were like, to the right of that was literally the stage. So we were just setting up and stuff, and I seen that, and I was like, Kat, get behind the bar. I just seen that big neon, it says dancing behind it or something, but I didn't really like that it said dancing. So I was like, right, stand there, pretend you're pulling a pint. I was like, I can do some cool stuff with that, and I just dialed in. I think it's 1.4. I know it's 1.4. It was the Canon 5D Mark II using the Sigma 35mm 1.4.
Classic.
And I just whapped my glass prism on the left hand side. That's where I always put it. And I just goosed about with it, made some weird shapes, and totally exposed for her face. That way the neons could do what they need to do, which is just be big, bright and bold, bokeh boys. And it just came out like that, whapped into Lightroom. The preset I was using at the time is just like mad, oversaturated, crazy stuff. Like, I've got wee rules that I used to have back then, as sliders could only either be in the middle or at an end. Like, it's so weird. Like, so back when I was taking these kind of photos, like, I still do the same thing, but on the Canon, I made my camera calibration totally wrong. Like, not I specifically, I took it and I was like, cool, always start here, 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 and I would fight into what I was wanting. Like, that way it gave me a weird start point that somewhere that I had to work from. So I did that, and like messed about with the hues and stuff, because it wasn't, I think it was actually quite pale, and I've just made it like a richer red and whapped the saturation up, as I say, and it was cool. I mean, it's not technically amazing. I could have touched up her skin, I could have done loads of stuff, but I didn't, and I just went for it. And it was a good moment. It took literally 30 seconds, and we just got on with our day, and then we had to set up the show and run a gig.
No, it's cool, man. I really like it. Like, I really like the neon aspect. I like the prism aspect as well. And typically, I'm not pro prism, but I like the way, this is a recurring theme in a couple of your photos. I do like the way you use your prism, because I feel like you don't use it in the kind of generic way a lot of people do. They just buy a prism and kind of throw it up.
So what I do is literally see if you look to the left hand side of the image, there's that pump there. That wasn't there. That's not there. I've not blurred something. I've put it in there. So I use my prism if, just say, I see a guitarist totally slamming away, but then somebody behind them's totally gurning and looking stupid trying to play their instrument or something. I put the prism over them, and boom, they're gone. Like if I see a photo,
that's interesting. So you're using it.
Yep,
you're using it as almost like a clone stamp rather than like a distortion kind of effect.
So if I see something I want, and just say we're trying to go for something in the centre, and there's nothing on the left, nothing on the and something on the right, like I did here, pull something in, balance it out. Or I've got photos where like it's a drummer slamming away, and the whole bottom left of the image is nothing. So boom, bring his cymbals to the other side of him. It looks like he's in a mad world of drums. Just makes it a bit more intense, in my opinion, and it fills spaces.
Yeah, no, I like it, man. I think that's why it works when you use your prism, because that's what you're using it for. You're not just using it to try and catch to just kind of manufacture a lens flare, really, which I feel is like what a lot of people kind of use it for. But I like this image, man. I guess for me, it's much more saturated than I would personally do it, because I don't remember the last time I left a saturation at above 0, except when I'm forced to do it. I'm a creative director in the day job. But it's cool, man. That'd be about it. I think actually just some of the colours are like super vibrant, but I guess that is kind of the point, and it works in. It's a cool image. I like the story as well, that it's like she's not actually behind the bar. I naturally assumed actually this was just a portrait of somebody who worked.
She has not a clue what she's doing. Like, she's never pulled a pint in her life. Like, I don't even think she's had a pint. Like, she's a total fitness freak. But so that was one of the first tours I did with Derange as their full, like...
Yeah, you've done them a few times
as their full, like, all-encompassing guy. So that was a good way to start off. Like, they love working with me, and I love working with them, so that's class.
Yeah. No, it's a class image, man. I really like it. I like as well... I like pretty much everything about it. I say, other than the super saturation, it's not even a dislike, it's just a stylistic thing that I...
There's the thing, see if you put the shoe on your foot, right? Think it this way.
Yeah.
If you were to desaturate it, it wouldn't work. The neons wouldn't work. Like, see, as far as that composition goes, like I tried it. I was like, cool, pull it back. But then you've just got weird white lines in the sky. They're unexplainable.
Yeah, you do get that. You do kind of get that with the neon sometimes because of the highlights obviously being super blown. So I know what you mean. I've come across that a couple of times with some bits
so desaturated, they just disappear. So it's one of them things, like it only works because it is saturated. If I was wanting to take something that wasn't saturated, like, you couldn't just edit it differently. Like, it's all in-camera stuff because of the nature of exposing for her face. It blows out everything behind. Yeah. So,
which is nice as well, especially on the 35 1.4, which I also have, and there's it's not my go-to. The 50 one is my go-to, but I love the 35 as well. I just love all Sigma lenses, all Sigma art lenses. Give me all of them.
If Sigma ever find us, please hook us up. But
please,
like,
absolutely.
I'm the guy that splashed out on the 85mm a month before lockdown. That felt great.
It's a shame, man. Yeah. I would love that. I was eyeing up the 185 1.8. I've been eyeing it up for a while because it's well over $1,000. It's not coming anytime soon, unfortunately.
Well, there's always Christmas 2022 coming up, so
probably, to be honest, it probably will be Christmas 2022. But yeah, man, this is cool. I like it. It's a cool portrait. It's a good example, I think, and a good introduction to like your style, which is highly stylized colours using the prism in inventive ways. And I think that's a great image. I like it a lot. That's what I'm trying to say, Stephen. I like it a lot. I guess we could move on to image number 2.
Let's do that. I cannot remember what we've done. Hey, I remember this one. So
this is a landscape.
The story behind this is I was driving to Rome for Vicovi, and it was just me and Hamish because it was cheaper to fly two of them and us to drive. So me and Hamish bombing it down to Milan. We got through.
Nice.
It was the border between Italy and Switzerland. There's a big massive tunnel, and we were going through it for ages, and we were so tired. And then we come out the other side of this tunnel, and there's this big car park. We stopped, and that view was just in front of us, and it was absolutely absurd. Like, we got out, and I seen this tiny little like church. I presume it's a church or a mansion or something away in the distance.
Yeah, it was something like that, yeah.
I just run out and the fog was just, as you see, it's just touching. And I was like, I've got to get this now. So I just started spraying. Like, honestly, there was no thought behind it. I had to drop down to, like, I think it was F8 or something. I can't even remember. But I dropped down to F8 and just started spraying. And this is actually cropped. Like, this is mega cropped because it was really far away.
So is it even more cropped? I was wondering that because there's a lot. It was probably one of the only things I thought about this was there is so much empty space that it maybe could have benefited from a little extra crop, like just a little bit more. But I didn't realise it was heavily cropped.
That was
already.
As cropped as it could go.
So is this another 35 mil? But just
it is 35 and far. But the thing that actually came out quite well, like the crop brought in some, like, I don't know, it just, the crop, and it's made a bit more, like, more grain, and it's a bit like,
because you're upping from the, or you're zooming in on the image, so obviously you're getting a bit closer into it when you crop it, which I like. And this was, you were a 5D2 user until you
that was
sold out,
5D2 as
went
well.
to Sony.
Sony, hook me up, boys. But
so right, just you wait till I get my R5 whenever that actually.
I'll get one as well. It's fine.
I'll be unstoppable once I get an R5, man. I mean, I love my R, but give me that R5. Give me all the stuff.
But you were saying,
no, this is really cool, man. I like it. Again, it's a prime example of your really stylized colours, and it's a really cool combination of colours. It gives it a kind of sort of hyper real kind of feel because all the colours are so distinct. It's hugely detailed as well, which is great. Like, I feel like I can see all the individual rocks, and the white of the house is super white, so it stands out really well. And the fog looks really natural. And the fog, I think, in particular, like you say, it benefits from that little bit of extra green.
That's what it adds to the mood. It totally adds to the mood.
It absolutely does, man. I am pro noise in photos. I don't think, short of modelling and advertising producty things and stuff like that, I don't really see the need to try and avoid noise. Nobody cares, and it does add a vibe to it. I'm very pro noise, and I think this is a prime example.
I was on a shot once. I was on a shoot once with Michael Schofield. Don't know if you've worked with him, sports guy. But we were up this hill, and he was showing me some photos, and they were totally blasted with noise. He'd ramped them right up, and he's like, it's one of the best lessons I've ever got. He says, like, who cares about the level of noise that you're getting? Just get the moment. He's like, it's still an amazing moment regardless. If you can get this moment on paper, if you can get it tangible, then that's perfection. That's all you need.
100%. I completely agree with that. I've got some images of some bands where they're not even properly in focus, but the moment's there, so nobody cares that it's slightly out. Like, it's not a concern. I think people need to worry less about tech specs on things and just actually get.
It's when you get the pixel peepers that think it matters.
Yeah.
And they're like, zoom in, like, did you get the eye that's closest to the camera? Who cares, man? Who cares if it's a good photo?
Well, on that kind of thing, so here's a prime example. You were shooting until very recently on a 5D Mark II, which at this point is pretty old.
Crap tech.
But these images, these images do not suffer for that at all. I mean, until last year, I was at a 6D, and it had kind of got to the point it wasn't working for me anymore. But it wasn't a fault with the camera. I could still get great photos on it if I worked at it. It's having all the gear equates to nothing.
Exactly.
I definitely remember, it would have been 2015, I photographed my first festival, which was Heavy Fest, and I had two lenses. I had a 50 1.8 Plastic Fantastic and an 85 1.8, and I was shooting stuff like on the main stage and that with people with 5D Mark IIIs, and they had their big 7200 and all that. And some of the images I saw were not that interesting, and I got some ones that I was really happy with, and I would still be able to show to this day, even on really outdated.
Funnily enough,
I think that's just a example.
My most poignant experience with that came in the next photo that I'm going to show you.
Yes.
When I was in the photo pit on that show, that was the one that sealed the deal with knowing what you're doing as opposed to what gear you've got. Aye.
Yeah, 100%, mate. I've seen people with and I get a little bit of gear envy because I'm a nerd.
Oh, totally.
Right?
I'm constantly watching videos on all the stuff I can't afford.
Yeah, I'm a mad geek, but also I don't mind not having it. I mean, how many lenses have I got? I've got a 4-lens setup, and that's it. And I'm pretty happy with that. 4 lens, 1 camera.
Dude, I'm 3 lenses, and I keep the 5D Mark II in the bag just in case the Sony breaks.
Yeah, I should really have a backup in case mine breaks, but I don't, because I've not ever been able to afford the luxury of being able to buy a new body without selling the old one to fund it. Unfortunately. Well, even though theoretically this is my job, but
I'm lucky. Like the 5D that I've got, I got very cheap for a friend at the cost of repairing it because it was broke. He was like, if you can repair it, you can have it. And £200 repair, and I was like, yeah. So that was the biggest leg up I actually got from anybody else, which is good.
That's what about you. So 3 top tips from this: noise doesn't matter, gear doesn't matter, buy second hand because it makes your life so much easier.
And just get the moment.
That's like the
number 4,
the educational element of today.
Aye.
Yeah. So speaking of great moments, let's go to number 3, which I think is my favourite image that you've supplied. Not just because I adore Devin Townsend.
He is amazing.
And I didn't shoot this show for some reason. I can't mind why, because I've shot his last 3 or 4 Glasgow shows. I even did one. He played like an acoustic evening with thing in College Theatre.
It was amazing.
Somehow got approved to photograph. Yeah, it was great. I don't know how I got approved to photograph that, but it was great. But yeah, this is super cool, man. This I think is it's awesome.
One of my favourite things I've ever done, I've got to say.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. You've got a great moment. Colours are great. I really like how kind of rich and dark the blacks are. Makes it feel really dramatic. I love the kind of turquoisey blue. That's a thing I tend to do as well. I tend to hue that right down towards there. The pinks are a nice contrast. Again, the prism's done a nice little thing in the corner there.
There was nothing there, so I filled the gap.
Exactly. Which I think that's interesting that you've explained to me now how you do it, and I think that's why I do like it when you use your prisms. You're using it to fill gaps versus just to make lights do weird things that don't really add anything. But yeah, man, this is really cool. Super sharp again, and you're shooting an old camera, so it doesn't matter about the gear. Nice lens, obviously. Was this
that was the 35? Right.
35 again.
Straight in again.
Did you do a wee bit of cropping in that if it was 35?
There is a fair bit. There is a fair bit, but
I suppose it's a bigger stage in SWG3 than you think when you go in there. It's quite high.
It's a lovely room. But
I love photographing SWG3, man. It's great. I love all the rooms in Swedge.
I've only ever done the one. I've went to a show in
you only done the one?
I've went to a show in a tiny one that's in there. I went to see the Antwoord, and there was people getting hit off the roof because they were all.
I think I know the one you mean. Yeah, it's really low ceiling, and it's up a couple.
It was when I was getting dripped on with people's sweat. I was like, this is nice. So that was me done with that room.
Yeah, that one's alright. I shot the Black Queen in there, and then I've done a few people in the TV studio across the hall from this, and then I've done a bunch of people in this room, which is my favourite SWG3. But this is cool, man. I think the colours in particular, I think, are really what makes this. It's a really great colour combination. And again, it's got that really stylised thing that comes out in your work. Like, I would... Obviously, if I saw this on Instagram, I would assume probably, and it was your work because your name was attached to it, but even if I saw that in passing, it would bring your style to mind, even if I didn't know it was immediately yours.
Man,
which I think's one of the real strengths of your work, actually, is that it's very stylised, and people would come to you to use you to get very stylised things. And it works particularly in music because there's a lot of people who run off. I'm sure you'll think this as well, and I don't want to fucking throw anybody in the bus, but if this applies to you, maybe it does. I don't know. There's a lot of people who use a lot of presets and stuff, and they all look very, very similar. And it's really dark blacks, reasonably flat colours, big overblown kind of highlight stuff like that. There's lots of people whose photos largely look quite similar in terms of colour, at least if not in terms of composition.
Everybody's chasing that big name look. Aye. Yeah,
exactly. There's a few names I could probably throw out, people that have been about for a few years who've really influenced that, but I don't want to.
See, I said to you, I was chatting to you before, he was part of the Editing Raw challenge thing, and it was one of Matty Vogel's. And as I said to you then, it was Matty that said, like, you got all these people worrying about what everybody else is doing. Like I said to Matty on tour, I had the luxury tour with him, and I says to Matty, like, how do you do the really like high clarity black and whites that you've been doing and blah 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 blah? And he's like, don't worry about that. I can't do what you're doing with your colours. Yeah. He says just you keep doing you, man. Like, and you'll find your audience. And a lot of people downloading preset packs is the easy way out. It's a good way to learn how photos can look, but it's not how photos should look. Like, you do them on your own. They're an extension of your art, and if people like them, they like them. If they don't like them, then that's fine. That is completely fine.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't even have. I'm too lazy to even make my own presets. I just do it from scratch every single time. Well, I do like a if I'm shooting a show, I find one shot that's kind of indicative and I'll grade that, and then I'll sync the rest up to that one, and then I'll tweak each one individually, kind of thing. So there's a bit of that, but I'm not a preset kind of guy. Because I find that I change my mind sometimes halfway through editing a set. I just like, actually, no, I want to do this instead now because I found this thing. And I think presets would limit me a bit.
I found myself like at the start of a set, I'll load them onto Lightroom, I'll edit the first one, I'll go, cool, copy that, put it across all of them, and then I've tweaked it so much that the last photos look nothing like the first photos, and then I end up having to go back
sometimes.
And
like, I find that works okay for sets because it takes a wee while to warm up, so the first few photos don't really matter anyway. It's fine. Maybe that's just me though. Maybe I'm just not that good at taking good photos all the time, so that might just be my issue. Here's a wee question for you though: Are you all Lightroom, or do you do a wee bit of Photoshop as well?
I have no clue how to use Photoshop. I don't want to do graphic design. Like, that's how I see it. I don't want to change the photo. Like, the most intense thing I'll do is when I'm retouching skin on portraits that might need it. If somebody's got something on their face that won't be there in 3 months' time, I edit it out, and that is it.
Yeah. I'm with you, man. Lightroom all the way. I occasionally in day job stuff I have to, because it's advertising based, so there are some requirements that have to be hit for particular things. You may need to retouch out or touch up, etc. But by and large, I don't ever really use Photoshop if I can possibly avoid it, because it's too complex. I like Lightroom; it's easy.
It's quite easy to get a hold of as well. Like, it's easy to learn.
Yeah, it's very intuitive. Yeah, so I'm totally pro Lightroom, and these photos are probably prime examples again. I should just call you the prime example, Stephen. That's, I think, man, I'm going to rename you that on my phone. Because these are prime examples of developing your own style, working within limitations and not having what would be all the gear, as it were, and also not overcomplicating things. Like, I'm sure there are people that would imagine that there might be things in the first and third image that are potentially double exposures, Photoshop things, and all that tweaking and all that, and it's all in camera, it's all practical. Your photos look like this already, and then you just grade them up.
That's what I do.
Like, there's no dark art.
Yeah, I've had people saying to me before, they're like, so when you're doing that double exposure thing on the left hand side, what do you do? And I was like, what? I put my prism in front of my face. And like you said there about all the gear and stuff, that what I was saying about being in the pit here during this. Oh, like there was a guy in the pit with me that I'd never worked with before. I'd never seen him in any pits, so whatever.
There's always people like that in Glasgow. Do you notice that? You sometimes go to a show and there's somebody there you have never, ever seen ever.
Yep.
And you never see them ever again. I get that all the time. I don't know who these people are.
Well, this guy, a cool guy, I got talking to him after we got about to do at the pit, and traded cards and stuff, and I checked out his photos that came out of this, and they're good photos, they're just not what I like, and I didn't like them because he done something that I hate about live band photography. I don't want a portrait of someone that's moving. Like see when you see somebody standing with like a 200mm and they're trying to get just the face, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, I get
it. It just looks like you've got them running through a car park in the dark. Like, it's not a good portrait.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah,
doing portraiture is cool, but live band photography should be a slice of the gig. You should be able to see the energy in the room. You should be able to see what they're playing. Like, there's got to be something happening. And this guy, all his photos, I have no idea what he was doing because he had these massive lenses. I think he had like, it was something like 7300mm like beast telephoto guy, and all the photos were Devon's face. His skin was all purple and pixelated, and I was like, what is going on? Like, I mean, they're good photos. They're his style. Like, he did well, but I can't gel with that approach. I can't gel with that idea.
I agree. Like live photography storytelling about the gig, you want to make somebody feel like, at least if they weren't there, that they would have liked to have been there, because it looks like a show that's worth going to. Because essentially this is all advertising for bands. Like, our live show looks cool, you want to come and see us. So just a picture of somebody's face doesn't really do that. And that would be better saved for doing more interesting portrait work around album promos and stuff like that.
The set that I did that night, they led me to quite a lot of work that is now cancelled. Like, it opened a big door, but that big door shut, and
I'll open again, man. I'll open again. But your work's good, and you've got good chat. You've got a nice moustache.
Oh, thanks, man.
Like, it's fine.
It's this Quarantino mustachio. It's good.
Yeah, I would do that, except my girlfriend.
No, you suit the beard so much, man.
Yeah, I've not been clean shaven since I was 21.
You've got that,
and I'm almost 31.
You've got that young Frankie Boyle look about you.
Was it my mum said to me one time when she was wrecked? I can say that she's never going to watch this. And she said to me, I should never shave because without a beard, my face lacks all definition.
Aye, it's facial furniture, man. That's what it is.
I know. So kind of how my mum would say, your face is completely not interesting without a beard.
Oh, you think she'd be happy about it? She grew it and everything. She grew that face.
I know. Nah, she's just sick of it at this point, man. I mean, I would be sick of it as well. Cool. I guess then that we're talking about me and my ego's been stroked just a little bit. We can start. We'll talk about my photos for a wee bit, and you can rip me a new one on these. Okay, so we're going to look at my photos now. So we can chat about me, which is one of my favourite subjects. So we'll go with this first one, which is a portrait of half-formed things, a really cool, I guess, kind of art pop band. I guess that's what they would call themselves, from Edinburgh. Nice. And they make really musically dense and complex music, but it is pop kind of ultimately.
Right.
They're a three-piece now. One of the percussionist and singer, she now lives in Australia again, so she still contributes music, but just isn't playing live with them anymore. But they are, I think, one of the best bands in Scotland and some of my favourite people. So I'll let you say what you think of this, and then I'll tell you a bit more about it.
Right. I like your arrangement, but I would have. See, there's two different I feel there's two different scenarios happening in this photo.
Sure.
There's the neons, the lights, and then there's the band.
Yeah.
It's to get the effect out of the lights, you've had to go to a 1:4.
Yeah.
And then you focused on the girl's glasses. Yeah. So you've lost everyone else. But it's one of them things that if you didn't do that, it wouldn't have the vibe.
Yeah, exactly. That was
so you either had to have the lead, the girl at the front. I don't know if to Morgan. Me she's the lead singer because she's in focus.
She is, yeah. I think they all sing apart from Stu, the drummer. They all sing. So yeah, for all intents and purposes, she is, yeah. So
like, as an outsider looking in, like you focus on the singer because like they're at the front, they're at the helm of the band and all that sort of stuff. But you've lost the rest of them. However, that traditionally isn't a problem. But it's because you've had the neons, you had to get the effect of the blown out neons.
Well, I'll tell you also,
I would have took 2 seconds out of my day to fix the ones that were dangling over the other girl's head. Yeah,
I'll tell you why that didn't happen. So I went to shoot their album release show December, I guess 2 years ago now, in Edinburgh. So this is at backstage at La Belle NGL in Edinburgh.
Oh, that's nice.
So these lights were just hanging up in the corner, but they were on stage 120 seconds after this photo was taken. Like, it was proper. Nice. So this was
just in the wings waiting.
Yep, less than 5 minutes. I look around the CSI, I was like, this is cool, can you guys stand here? So you're right, had I had the time to kind of like art direct it, I would have done that, but it was more I could get a cool vibe photo here. I'd spent the whole day shooting sound check stuff and things like that, so I had lots of behind the scenes portraits and building up to the show. But I didn't have like a kind of band portrait kind of vibe, so I wanted to maybe capture something like that if I could.
See,
and that
I always make sure
itself.
See, if you're in a rush, like the way that I do my day when I'm out touring with the bands is anything that's going to have all of the minute that isn't intentionally designed so that it's going to look amazing for everybody, just candid. Just say to them, like, just moan here and now, click, done.
Yeah.
You didn't give them the opportunity because it looks like you went for a full band promo. But now that I know, like, you didn't have the time because you'd been doing this, and it was just we're all in the same room.
Yeah, exactly.
Which
that
is
was
cool.
Pretty much what it was.
But that's how like my mind goes when we're about to go on stage. I always get like photos of like Hamish, like if he's stretching up against the wall and boom, get that. But it's one of them, like, you can stop it for getting into that, like you've almost tried sort of vibe.
Sure, yeah, that's fair enough, and I'm willing to take that on it because it was just and it's not being used as official band promo. It was just that here's a nice image of the guys together. What
I like the mysterious smouldering man at the front.
Yeah,
I like him.
Sure, he's
as it's done.
He's a lovely boy and
it's class.
An incredible drummer, like absolutely incredible. What also is kind of cool about this image is, I guess it's an example of so this was all done in natural light backstage in a room that doesn't really have any working lights in it. And it's shot at ISO 10,000, believe it or not.
That's quite clean.
Yeah. You know, Canon EOS R, mate. People shit in this camera, but do you know what? 10,000 ISO.
Back.
Just come back. Do you know what? Doesn't matter. All cameras do the same. Who cares? But
exactly.
That helped me in this instance. So the Sigma 35 1.4 this was shot on, so I could go right to 1.4 and be confident it would look nice. And then I was able to go to 10,000 ISO without too much bother. It shot at 1/250th. I would have liked to have gone a little bit faster if I'm honest, but I was, again, a bit limited on time. And I was like, I just know this will get me the exposure. And like you say, you're right, it is a wee bit, it loses a bit of focus. I kind of don't mind it. Again, also because of the context that'll be used in, primarily socials and things and stuff like that. Small screens.
It's got to look fine on a phone.
I put Matt in the background as a bit more out of focus, but it's fine. We're working on some cool stuff with them for post lockdown, which I'm really excited about. Which I'll rectify that and make make Matt fully focused.
Exactly. Like the last thing I'm thinking of things I would have done. Yeah. Because obviously it's all objective. I would have put a gradient filter, like a gradient exposure filter for the top down.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I would have darkened it because then, like, I'm all about symmetry, as you know, like the whole filling in space.
Sure.
And that would have brought the t-shirt.
Yeah. Like, would have brought that out. We were more
brought the dark. And the dark for the top, it would have gave more focus in the middle, like it would have looked more intentional kind of vibe.
Sure, yeah, no, I can get that as well.
But it's cool.
Yeah, no, I'm really it's man. I think especially in the circumstances it was done, and the colours worked out really well because the light. It's
got that total like art pop vibe. That see was a lot.
It. I felt like when I came out because they were just standing in the corner talking. And I kind of caught it out the corner of my eye, which is when I realised that this is the vibe of this band. It falls within.
I've seen a lot of that world recently, and that does fit in. Yeah. There's one of my edits on my Instagram where it's Hayden from the Ninth Wave.
I think I've seen that one. Yeah.
It's like overblown, red, grainy, but they don't care because they just want to see the gig, and I'm like, cool.
Great, looks cool.
Here's the gig. So it's if you're talking about fit for purpose, then you nailed it. Yeah,
and again, Grain I love saying prime example. Maybe I should have just called the show Prime Example and not.
Fuck it, let's
get critical. But yeah, again, this is because it's a 10,000 ISO. It's relatively grainy, but again, that kind of plays into the aspect. And it was nice as well that the walls are all natural brick, so it looks a bit more interesting and a bit less like kind of plasticky shite. Just plain colours that you get in a lot of backstage areas.
Oh, when it's just plasterboard walls, man, just straight white, just flat white, and it's like,
a bit boring. But this gave me a bit of, because they're right in the corner here, but being able to go to 1.4 obviously lets me blow out a wee bit as well. And then one of my favourite things to do is like just to ever so slightly blow out highlights and stuff. And nothing's better at blowing out a highlight than a fairy light. They're great for it. I love getting fairy lights and things for that.
I've literally got them lined up right across my monitor in front of me.
Yeah.
I was going to put them on for this, but I'd be just like.
But yeah, so that was that. That was just a wee example of that. I wanted to show that as a wee example of you don't need a lot of time and prep to capture nice images if you're just like on the ball and you know how your camera works. So that was kind of why I wanted to talk about this one. And
the place to learn that is definitely the music industry. Like 100%. You don't have time to pose people. You don't have time to do things. Like I'm impressed that you got 4 people to look in the same direction, man.
That's it's a side effect of doing a reasonable amount of weddings. You just have to go for it. Hope for the best.
I've done 2 weddings now, and see doing the group photos never again.
It's brutal, man.
I'll totally be doing more, but like
it's hard. I make the couples give me a very distinct, like formalized, like list of like these are the people you want,
and you're Mrs. J.
Smash. I get the best man. I make him my bitch, and he just brings me everybody that I need. And we do that, and then I grab, if people want other stuff done, cool, absolutely, we'll add people in, but I get that list done, and then the rest of it's candid and natural, because doing the formals, the worst one's when they inevitably ask for the group shot of everybody, and you've got to try and get everybody looking the same way at one time, which is not possible, but if you get the front row looking the same way, laughing.
That's fine.
It's good enough, innit? Nobody will know.
I'd rather 50 people at a wedding than trying to wrangle 4 members of a band.
Yes.
I'm not even joking.
Well, I mean, you TM bands. I just work with them in other capacities, but you deal with the proper hard stuff. It's herding cats.
Oh, it's the worst. But aye. Let's continue.
Let's continue. So image number 2 is Frontier featuring Dan Stevenson, who also featured in episode 1. I will probably feature in almost all those episodes because I've had a lot of photographs of Dan.
Oh fuck, that's Dan.
Aye, it's Dan.
Oh, I totally didn't recognise them.
Big Dan.
He's a lovely guy.
This was shot at Arc Tangent in 2017, I believe.
Nice.
So I was down there with them as their photographer, so I was shooting candids before the shows, other stuff about the festival, and then also their whole set with stage access. So this was kind of what this image was about. Was I wanted to showcase like why it's important if you're a photographer you want to work with bands, because you do this primarily. I would think I do a lot of like 3 songs and out press stuff, but you primarily work direct with bands. And get that full access, and that really makes the difference, I think, when it comes to
like AAA is the only way, man.
Yeah, I would love to do it more. Sometimes I try and do as much as I can. Other times for bigger artists, it's just a case of the way I can get that access is through press. That's fine. I'll take my 3 songs and out. It's not a big deal. But AAA is where you get the really good stuff. And had I not had stage access to get this extra level of height, I wouldn't have been able to get this shot at the kind of angle and the way it's at and see out right outside the tent, etc. So that was kind of what to bring this one up.
Is that image, are you fully like strap out extended arm just spraying, or?
I quite often take my camera off the strap, to be honest, and just shoot handheld because I find the strap quite restricting.
See, I'm always a strap when you're on tour, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's, if you have it up there and you're in a mosh pit taking photos and somebody bumps you, you've still got the strap in your hand.
Aye. No, so, I do that. I tell you, I do that. I do that when it's no barrier shows. I did that last no barrier show. I did was Strafing the Path at G2, and I did it with that because I was literally in the middle of the pit. So I was like, I'm just going to go for it because I love no pit shows more than anything. Give me triple access, no pit. I don't really care for a photo pit. Whatever, it's not for me. So this would have been. This was shot in an old lens, shot in like a second-hand Canon 28mm 2.8.
Right.
I don't even remember where I got it, but that's my wide-angle lens at the moment. Is that one? And it was just shot in 60. This one I still had a 60. And Frontier go mental live, which makes it quite easy to get nice photographs of them.
They do go pretty ham.
And Dan likes crowd surfing a lot, so 9 times out of 10 when I work for them, I get some sweet crowd surfing shots. Even when it's in a 3/4 full audio, he'll still crowd surf. So when you got a festival tent as full as this obviously is,
Aye,
so obviously
then you go for it.
A no-brainer. So yeah, what's your thoughts on this one?
I love the people reaching for him because it's coming towards them. That's like you get the motion of him just going forever. He's gone. Yeah. He's out the tent and he's away.
Aye.
Like I like that. And there's a guy. I don't know if you can see it. If you go for his knee that's nearest the camera down, you can see that he's just had a pint knocked at him and he's gone, oh!
I can't see that, yeah. Aye.
Oh, it's so good. But it's good. There's good energy. I wish it was cropped.
Yeah,
I wish it was cropped. I would have
come in a bit tighter on him.
It's one of them. It's what would you have done? What would I have done? Thing. Yeah. It totally doesn't even matter. But I would have myself cropped it in so that I didn't see like the bottom 3 rows of people and have a much more intimate moment.
Yeah.
And because obviously the sunlight outside's blowing the highlights.
Yeah.
I would have black and whited it.
Yeah, I think
I didn't usually use black and white, but I would have.
I think with a lot of gig photography, black and white is kind of the coward's way out because you know low light's quite difficult and colour grading that can be quite difficult because it's quite difficult to expose in the first place, and black and white hides a multitude of sins. So unless I'm deliberately like this should be black and white for a particular purpose, I'll just not do it and I'll just persevere till I get a colour thing I like. Which is just a weird hang-up that I now have. Because I'll do black and whites for weddings and portraiture and stuff like that without even thinking about it. It's not a problem. But with gig stuff, I kind of deliberately don't do that. And also, because of the vein of world Frontier are in, low-light venues, small venues, very chaotic music, the kind of go-to for a lot of people in that realm is to go black and white to counteract that. So my immediate instinct was when I do stuff for them, it should all be colour. To try and counteract it. I take a point on making it would have a bit of intensity if it was closer cropped. My thinking of it was I wanted to actually give it the sense of scale, which is why I went sort of pulled back a bit so I could kind of give the size of the tent and the size of the crowd and almost how far it'd gone.
It totally comes across, but what I said about the arm reaching thing is I would have loved to have seen at least one other person at the other side of him. See if you were 10 feet closer and 2 foot higher looking over him.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been portfolio stuff, man.
That would have been great. I think this is still the landing page on my website. Definitely was for a while. So it's definitely in the portfolio because it's a great. I could put it. I think Dan's in my portfolio 2 or 3 times, to be honest. Quite a few people are.
It's definitely high energy, man. Yeah. It would fit. It shows that you can catch a moment.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's
as I said earlier, man, it's all it's fucking about. If you get the moment, then who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's what I would do or what somebody else would do differently. It doesn't even matter. I wasn't there. That's the moment.
Yeah.
You used your surroundings perfectly, used your instrument perfectly, and you caught the moment. So that's fine.
Yeah.
It's cracking.
And as you say, you're right, it's like the highlights are blowing out. But again, it takes you a while to look at it to really register that because you're caught up in the movement. Or that's what I hope, is that people are caught up in the movement of it. And probably now, back then I was very much just kind of like basic grade and like get the fuck out of Lightroom kind of thing. Now I would probably do a bit of brushing on the overexposed background and kind of tidy that up a wee bit.
See if it can go down a wee bit, but no,
I was tempted to do it, but I felt that wasn't in the spirit of this show and talking, quite kind of candidly about people's work and all that. To go back and look on it with 3 years extra experience.
The thing we like knowing as you say, knowing the band and knowing the brand is there. You've got to work to the brand, and if like Frontier are a metal with a punk approach, that's how I've always thought of them.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair.
Like for punk photos, it's just chaos and noise and attitude.
Exactly.
So that's all that you needed to do. Yeah,
and that was the aim with this one.
And I can tell that. See the guy. There's a wee guy with a camera down there, bottom right.
Aye.
His shot would have been pish. Like so, aye. I'm sorry if that's like your pal that you had with you that night.
I have no idea who that guy is. I probably met him that day, I would guess. That was another thing as well about the All Access thing, was obviously Art Dan Jericho Festival, they're not as stringent on you have to do just the first 3 songs out. They'll let people come in and out a little bit as well. So there were other photographers in the pit and I had stage access. So even as a bit, partially for me so I could get different photos, but also as a courtesy to other people. If there's a few of them in the pit, I don't want to be getting in their way if I can be somewhere else. I do it a lot of gigs. If everybody wants to photograph the singer, while they're doing that for the first song, I'll fuck off and have a wee look at the bass player and the guy on the other side, and then I'll pop in between, because if there's 3 people there already, let them get their shots. I'm not trying to outdo anybody. It's not a competition in that respect. I just want to get good photos. Everybody should get their space to do that.
I learned that from Cameron Brisbane. Taught me that.
Yeah.
Like I'd done the first few tours I did with him. I was just tour manager. I wasn't doing photos,
he was touring.
I'd watch him.
Covey at that point, wasn't he? Yeah.
So I'd watch him, and he would start with drums. First 3 songs he'd start with drums and like side stage stuff.
Yeah.
Because like why is he going to fight for space with these guys?
Exactly. I'd do the same when I've got
once
all
they're
access.
out, he's got another 7 songs, so who cares? Like they'll not get what he's getting later.
Yeah.
Like they don't know the spots. Like they don't know that during this song he always jumps off his amp, or during that song he always like dances with him, and like he doesn't know the spots.
Yeah.
Well, they don't know the spots, so why should he fight with them? Give them their 3 songs. They can get whatever they need. They can go. Like he's there by appointment. He knows what to do, so it's fine. And there's no point in arguing and tripping over people's feet and people leaving their gear bags in the middle of the pit.
Nah.
There's no point in fighting with all that. Get them out. Get on with it.
Exactly. I quite agree, man. Okay, so speaking of pits, we can go on to my third image, which is from a press shoot. So it's all Enter Shikari at the Barrowlands in...
I like this one.
Is it January last year? Some point last year. Time has no meaning anymore, to be honest. I don't know what
it's still March to now, isn't
it? Who knows, man? Who knows when it is? But this was a gig where I was shooting for press, so I had 3 songs and out. So I had 3 songs to get as many good photographs as I could, and this was actually quite close towards the end of the 3rd song. So it's quite close towards the end of the set.
Nice.
And yeah, it lucked out that I caught a nice moment of him, and also the lighting was then on side, and then I was able to play about with that quite a lot in Lightroom to give it a bit of a vibe, change the tones, etc. As always with me in gig stuff, this is pure Lightroom. There's no fanning about with extra stuff. Just straight in, playing about with the colour grade in there, using pretty much every panel. To be honest, I'll play about with everything. I don't really leave much like kind of zeroed when I edit. I do play about with everything a little bit, but not usually.
At the end of the day, you should have an idea about all of these. Like you should have an idea about how it's going to look with all the attributes of the photo. Yeah. So that's I go for everything, man. Yeah. There's no point.
Exactly.
Because you never know. You might tweak something and you might tweak it wrong, and you might lean in it. Yeah. Like lean into it. Make problems opportunities, man. Exactly. And just go for it.
Exactly. I mean, I usually don't move stuff too much above or minus kind of like 25, 30. I mean, obviously that's a generalisation, but it's a general rule. So my photos stay relatively close to the original exposure, to be honest.
That's how I used to be. That's how I am now. How I used to be, as I say, I did the whole, it was either in the centre, full left or full right.
Yeah, exactly.
So now I'm a bit more refined because I've found other methods to get the same vibe without doing stupid stuff, if you know what I mean.
I don't know if I'm refined or just unimaginative.
Well, actually, we were saying there, like I've upgraded all my gear, and I've got better gear than I had, and I'm doing things differently now. But the style is in your hands.
Yeah, exactly, absolutely.
It sounds so sad to say, but like if Slash picked up a guitar, like it doesn't matter what guitar it is, and all that crap. But it's true, and like But back to this photo, I think this is this properly could have been one of my raws.
Nice.
Like if I could have shot this, like this feels very how I would have handled that moment. Yeah, and I like it. Aye.
No, I'm pleased with it, man. I was able to. I like composing stuff quite far to the other side, if possible. And the kind of rule of thirds thing, I like being far right or far left for a lot of things if I can. So this worked out nicely for that. I got nice little things like there's a wee bit of nice kind of glint off the edge of the mic stand that gets lit up nicely. You get a wee bit of impression of the drummer as well, which is nice. It's a single light source. Well, it's obviously not a single light source in actuality, but it looks like a single light source. Which let me play with the highlights and stuff, which is my favourite thing to do. Highlights and crush blacks. I love making the blacks really, really deep. It's my go-to kind of move. And strong contrast, immediate strong contrast, tone curve on everything. It's my kind of go-to. I guess I've got a style that's contrasted to fuck, but yeah, man, I was really pleased with this. They're a great band to photograph. I love that band. That band could put out a pile of poo in a plate, and I'd probably eat it. Like, so I was really pleased to finally get a chance.
I've still
to
not
shoot
checked
them.
their new album, but I'm going.
It's good, man. It's good. It's all kind of pop bangers, but it's cool. I'm into it.
I like this photo though, man. It's a moment.
That was kind of thing. I mean,
like you can see what's happening. It's definitely good.
Yeah, it's easy with bands that are this good though to get nice shots. I mean, they do half the work for you.
Well, it's all about what you put in front of you as well. Like some singers can be the best in the world, but dull as dishwater to look at. And it's all about putting on a show. And even if they're not the most active, they've still got to vibe. Like if I can tell you if anybody's enjoying what they do, regardless of how much they move or how much they don't, if they're enjoying what they're doing, it comes through in the photos.
Yeah.
Like absolutely. If you take photos of a dud gig, it's just got to look shit.
Yeah. Exactly. It's
like you've got to get something back.
Yeah. And they're a perfect band for that. It was a cool gig, man. I was kind of slightly disappointed because they had like these things you can see in the background. They did like mirror kind of like pillar kind of things, which I thought I might have been able to get to use more photography wise, but they didn't actually reflect that much.
Oh.
Or maybe I just didn't have a chance to really get to grips with it because I only had 3 songs, so we're talking 9 minutes maybe. I can't remember what the open was. It might be even less than that. So I think I got about 25 keepers out of this set, which 25 shots out of 9 minutes. I'd be happy to show is pretty good going.
Talking about the 3 and out rule, man. Yeah. Oh, see that shoot with Devon.
Yeah.
Because he's a big prog beast. The first 3 songs were 23 minutes.
I get that. I get that at Opeth, but they're like, listen, guys, just the first 2 songs, because the first 2 songs are half an hour. I'm like, it's fine. I think I left after the first song. I was like, I've been here for 9 minutes, and they stand still, and they were on like a stage set and stuff, and I was like, I'm kind of done, man. I don't need to shoot more of this. I'm good to go.
Exactly.
Do you ever hear about the origins of the 3-song rule?
No, I didn't actually.
Apparently, it happened in like the late 70s, early 80s because Bruce Springsteen decided that he was too sweaty to be photographed after 3 songs. So really? That got adopted and just became industry standard. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I've heard from a few different people.
See, I hate fresh photos too. See when I'm touring, right? I hate getting people fresh.
It's pointless.
Like the perfect example was that Devon shot. He was wearing his Hawaiian shirt and stuff. You know, they did 6. I would think it was like 5 or 6 outfit changes on that tour through each set. And at one point he had like a smart suit on. The next day had like tutus on and stuff. Like even the standard set, I want them when they're like hair sweating and they're swinging it and
100%. Like, yeah.
Like the fresh photos are not as good, and people are they're so silly about that rule, but it is what it is. And it's all about safety and keeping people safe and getting the place cleared. And
I mean, I get it, and it's fine. Got to play by the rules. I never don't play by the rules, but apparently that is the origins of it, which I think is hilarious. It's just so dumb.
Yeah. Bruce Sweatystein.
Yeah, I think that might be the original origins, and then they obviously adapted it to be about safety and stuff and that. But I think that's where it first started, and he just had so much influence. Everybody went, "Oh, we should just do that as well." Obviously, there were much less music photographers then as well, so maybe that played into it. I don't know. But
it's class. It's a good wee world to live in, eh?
It's alright, man. I like taking photos of bands. It's great. I like getting all access more, but bands are great. I like bands, basically, as obvious from this selection that I gave you today.
I really want to do more corporate stuff. Like that's the one thing I've never done. I've done some, but like I really want to get into it.
Yeah, I do as well, man. It's pretty cool. It's the limitations sometimes are kind of brand based on that and what you are not allowed to do. And actually, I think that's why I don't have as strong a style as some people, is because I have to shoot a lot of different things a lot of the times. Like sometimes I'm doing interiors, sometimes I'm doing events, sometimes I'm doing product stuff, sometimes I'm doing food photography and all that. So I tend to have a style that I think is a bit more just kind of genuinely photographic, and it's not as immediately recognisable as a result, because I've not always got the luxury of being able to play about with things and maybe go as far as I would like to one way or another. But what you got to do? It's nature of the beast.
Aye. But Aye, it's a good thing. I like photography, as you say. I do a lot of things, and this is the one that really gets me excited.
Yeah,
like it's the newest thing I've added to my arsenal, and I love it.
Yeah, and you're really
cannot
good at
wait
it.
to get into it again.
And you're really good at it. And I think it's if bands are looking for excellent moustaches, TMing, and photography all in one package, then they shouldn't look anywhere else other than you. I don't think anybody else offers those three things as strongly.
Get them to help.
Well, I guess in that case, man, I can let you go and enjoy the rest of your furloughed evening.
Quarantino.